Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to our cast. This is Axe Television. I'm your host, eXtine. I'm joined by Firefly. How you doing, Firefly?
Pretty good. How about you, eXtine?
I am doing great. The wife's out of town, so it's been video games and hanging out. Weekends chock full of everything that I want to do. So, you know, that's pretty awesome. And one of those things is this UGC Highlander cast, Platinum Division, the Electric Temptations versus MurderForce 9000. And this is on CP Steel, a, well, fan and team favorite. Some people may be a little conflicted about it, but it does bring some fantastic action. And we definitely have two great teams here today. The Electric Temptations 6-0, I believe, undefeated.
Yeah, they're doing really well this season. They had a great upset a couple of weeks ago on Coal Plant against Gentleman's Club, who at the beginning of the season was the favorite to really take it all, but ET has really come out and shown that they're kind of the top dogs.
Yeah, I remember calling that match, and they had a big comeback on that, down 3-0, ended up winning 4-3, and I called that as a big momentum changer for them and the season. And they've just been continuing to roll. Gentlemen's Club did make a big roster switch with Ruin getting cut. Basically kind of attitude issues, what we're hearing. There were some stories that Ruin wanted to stream scrims, and that's not quite what Gentlemen's Club wanted to do, but maybe that's not quite the full story. So that's interesting. Ruin now stepping in for MurderForce, and he's certainly going to be a powerful tool to add to their lineup.
Yeah, I mean, ET has got to be thinking, man, we got to face against Ruin again. I mean, it's not an easy player to beat. He's definitely one of the best players to ever play TF2, and he's become quite a powerhouse as a Highlander demo. Mm-hmm. And on Steel, demo is so crucial.
Yeah, he's really embraced Highlander and the concepts that have to go into play. Ruin, a very smart player, and he's been in the TF2 scene for a very long time, so he understands a lot of the mechanics and how you have to work spawns and the momentum and pushing appropriately. And Steel has a lot to do with that in regards to pressuring points from different angles, trying to get on E, pressuring E, and responding to the different ways that the opponents can come at you.
Yeah, Steel actually plays very similarly to Counter-Strike. If you think about like A and B, you know, where to plant the bomb and stuff like that, you gotta like feign rotations towards both those points. That's kind of how Steel works, where you kind of pressure E a little bit and open up A or open up B or open up C and so on and so forth. And if you get a good push towards E and you see that you've got a good hold there, then you end up just capping E. So teams have really figured out this map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And we will see defenses on A. It's not like Gravel Pit where you have points that are kind of just kind of thrown aside. I mean, definitely A, you don't want to overcommit to it. You want to get out without too much commitment.
Absolutely. Yeah, A is very hard to hold. That one little area where you spawn out of is the easiest thing to hold as a demo. Mm-hmm. So it's just too risky. If you lose too many players, then you end up giving B for free.
Yeah. And B is kind of the first domino. You know, you hold on to B for a while. You need to hold on to B for a while. Once you give up B, then all of a sudden they can put a lot of pressure on E, that final point, which can be captured at any time. Then, you know, C and D are kind of interesting. Sometimes teams kind of ignore them while they just try to work in towards E just right away from the B point. But they do enable some very important features that will help teams get in on that E point. And sometimes there's defenses on C, and sometimes all that pressure on E just kind of opens things up on the side. And it's just like you just kind of have a scout cap it once everybody's so focused on E. So it'll be interesting to see how teams approach that, how they choose to pressure in their attempt to capture E in this stopwatch format.
Yeah, actually C is a very crucial point too, because that's the point that extends the bridges to E and allows the teams to really kind of get on the point, pressure it a lot easier than when you don't have C capture and you have to use like a soldier or demo or scout to get onto that point. Although I have seen in some scrims this week people running a kind of gimmicky quick fix play where they get like the medic and scout up there or medic and someone else up there, and you know, you have like a healing presence on the point as well, and it can be kind of annoying.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's run down the rosters real quick here. We do have 15 players in the server. So we're starting to get there, just a few out, definitely past the 6:30 standard Highlander match time. That is, of course, West Coast. Daylight savings time kind of throwing a lot of people off, I'm sure. Made me oversleep the beginning of the European Ulti-Duo tournament put on by JustPlay.tf yesterday. Saw some good Ulti-Duo action there. And now ready for some Highlander action. I want to see all the classes on the field and, you know, see who's going to reign supreme in the stopwatch format.
Yeah, it should be awesome. Steel's always an equalizer. Any team can win on Steel.
Yeah, so we got MurderForce 9000 on blue team with Ruin on Demoman, Shrug on Scout, Sigafu on Engineer, Snailboats on Soldier.
He's actually heavy.
He's heavy? Okay, that's, what, is that Snailboat?
Yeah, Snailboat's on heavy, that's right.
Okay, great. Fox Piece, the Sniper, Indus, the Medic, probably, you said that's Surfboard Lagoon?
That's Stabby, actually.
That's Stabby, okay. Fantastic. And they're still missing a couple other players. We do Remedy, right, is going to join up as their soldier.
Right.
And looks like they're Pyro.
Yeah, the Pyro's Fathom. He's not in the server yet.
Okay, great. Over for our opponents, Electric Temptations, who were previously the Apocalypse Gaming team last year. Decimate, their Scout. 38 Special, the Demo Man. Reggie Ledoux on heavy weapons. Who's
he's kill 'em all.
Kill them all. Reggie Ledoux. Okay. Surfboard Lagoon is going to be their spy. I've been told that he also goes by Deer, but he is not the Deer of 4v4 and sixes, quote unquote fame. I don't know. I like Deer. I think he's a good guy. He's probably not quite considered famous, but that's not the same player. Rock.
I believe that's Ricky.
Really, Ricky. Okay, great. Satan's going to be their Pyro, 404, the Medic, and FaZe on Sniper. So that's pretty much it. We're missing their Engineer, who's going to be...
Evil.
Evil. Okay, cool. And that's that. What classes do you think are particularly important in Steel, and how might they match up between these two teams?
Well, Medic, pretty much in any Highlander match, is going to be the most important class. You know, you got to keep your Medic alive, and on Steel, especially on defense, if you lose your Medic, it can be very painful with those long respawn times. And both teams have very good, experienced Medics. Indust, you know, people know him from sixes, but he's actually played several seasons of Highlander. He definitely knows how to play the format. And 404 is kind of a seasoned Highlander veteran on Medic. He's played probably like 4 or 5 seasons as Medic. So he's very good. Obviously, they're 6-0, so he's got to be doing something right.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
Definitely the demos as well. 38 Special has been performing extremely well this season on Demo Man. And of course, Ruin on the other side. I don't really feel like I need to say too much about him. He's going to be doing work.
Now, would this maybe not be a sniper match? I know that FaZe is held in very high regards, but not too many angles on this map.
Yeah, FaZe and Fox are both great snipers. FaZe can be argued to be the best sniper in Platinum this season. But again, it is Steel, so sniper angles can be kind of tricky on this map. If you find the right places at the right times, it can be very deadly, but it's not broken like, say, on a payload map.
Right.
And I'm getting word from the teams that they are starting, so we should be going pretty soon here.
Fantastic. Looks like on our side they are 9-9, and if they're starting, we're just a minute and a half out. Pretty excited about this. What's your prediction, Firefly?
I'm actually gonna go with MurderForce 2-1. I think the addition of Ruin has really sparked that team, and they should do really, really well. I was watching their scrims this weekend, and they were performing excellently.
I'm not too sure myself. I know that Electric Temptation's pretty strong, and I think that MurderForce is one of those teams that has a really strong roster, and that roster kind of needs, you know, a little bit of glue, a little bit of chemistry, and a little bit of consistency as well. You know, in terms of, you have a bunch of superstar names, you can't just cycle them through every week.
Right.
And just hope that they all play together well. You know, you have to have some consistency, and you know, Sigafu has been moving around a little bit this season. Him and Ruin will bring the heat, but I'm not quite sure if they're ready for the big leagues yet.
Actually, Sigafu is probably the most experienced engineer in Platinum. He's been playing a lot of seasons. So
he's bounced around teams though this season.
Absolutely.
That's correct, right?
Yeah, I think he played on a different team earlier this season, but I think he's been with MurderForce almost the entire time.
Okay, yeah, I want to say he started out on Dead Ringer Society this year.
He might have. I actually don't remember.
But looks like we are live here now, so that is excellent. About to get going here. MurderForce 9000 going to take offense first. They're going to set the time in this stopwatch format for
and
Steel. Looks
like we have a med to drop here. So I think they're going to be re-execing.
Okay, that sounds... Yeah, okay. Yeah, re-exec, med crash. That makes pretty legit sense to me, so...
Yeah, I mean, the match barely started. Might as well just re-exec and not worry about pauses or anything like that.
Yeah, also that's definitely kind of unfair for red team defensively to get screwed on their Uber. I did see, yeah, maybe not too big of a deal because of setup. I did see one game where the medic ended up getting stuck in the door by A. And,
yeah, that A door is kind of glitchy.
Yeah. Wow, Sky has accepted Mix Up Squids. I love you. Congratulations. There you go.
Squid, pretty cool guy.
Yep, and there you go, handing out rings. One of my buddies has a ring. I was playing over at his house. He's a TF2er, you know, I converted him. I was playing over at his house, pulled up his inventory and had a ring. I was like, what the hell? And he's like, oh, my friend from the Xbox days bought him a ring. It's pretty sweet of him. So shout out to MedRed. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, getting word from the teams that they are going live again, so it should be up in a minute and a half here.
Okay. A little bit of a false start there, but that's cool.
It's nice to get updates from the teams.
Yes, definitely makes things a little bit easier. As we're waiting to get going here, one more week of regular season left. Swiftwater is the map next week.
Yep.
And then we're into playoffs, and we were discussing a little bit Platinum this season, basically playing for seeding. All 8 teams. Blunderful is dead, is that correct? Yeah.
No, they're not dead. They have a bye week this week.
Okay, so there is one team that can't make the playoffs, but Blunderful is actually already out. They're 0-6 and UBS is 2-4. So I mean, there's maybe a slight chance, but it's probably not going to be making it.
Very unlikely.
Yeah, not gonna happen. So this is maybe not the most consequential, but MurderForce 9000 with this remix roster with Ruin on there, they certainly have a lot to prove in these last couple games, even if it's just for seeding. If that's really the only effect, their seat into playoffs already set. But they just got to determine who they're going to be playing, and could make a big difference if you're avoiding Electric Temptations or Gentleman's Club, or even Dead Ringer Storage if you're avoiding them in the first round.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, MurderForce with 3 losses, and now they have to play ET. A win here would certainly mean a lot for them, even just morale-wise.
Yeah, definitely. And getting a little bit further into the playoffs via some helpful seeding will go quite a long ways. Now, Shrugs running the bonk on Scout. That'll be helpful for trying to get through places. I've actually just... Nope, he's still on that. A defense, let's go check that out real quick. See what's happening with Sentry Gun and whatnot. Looks like nothing, actually. No Sentry Gun.
Yeah, usually they don't put Sentry Guns at A. Just because it's too easy of a point to attack, you might as well just get it ready for that solid B hold.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, and I think there is a trap here from 38 Special above the door. Spy's gonna walk through first, see if he gets anyone.
He's holding it for now. Heavy's coming out, and he's threw some pipes over to try to feel out some spam as well. Trap is popped. Ruin starts things off with a kill on the Spy. Round in the corner up here on A, just trying to clear things out already. Decimate using that pretty boy blaster.
Yeah, and as you notice here, Ruin just gonna lock him out completely, and they'll get this A cap really quickly, and rotate to B, and we'll see what happens there, and we'll see if MurderForce maybe tries to make for an early E play.
Yeah, so not much of a defense on A, kind of to be expected, a tough point to hold. Things opening up towards B. Spy for MurderForce already in there looking around.
Yeah, I'm curious what Blue is doing here. It looks like they're thinking about going drop down. Yeah, that looks like that's where they're headed. See if they can get the gun here.
Yeah, it's an okay start to their push. Nobody really around them. Right on the entrance in here.
Ricky has spotted them though, so they do. Oh, and the Uber gets forced. Great. Oh no, did he drop?
Yeah, yeah, he must have dropped. Rock coming over the top, and big snipes from FaZe at the same time as well. So I think Indus might have been a little bit panicked and ended up dropping there.
That was a huge play from Ricky. Already off to a great game. Got 9 points, top of the leaderboard, and ET should be able to hold this for a pretty long amount of time. This point's actually pretty hard to push when the enemy team has Uber and a gun.
Probably does snipe down FaZe, so at least he won't be able to get some snipes coming out here. Blue Sniper trying to work out here. Fox P's trying to line some things up.
Yeah, it looks like MurderForce are deciding to pressure. Indus doesn't have Uber yet. He needs to be careful not to get caught on. He's playing pretty defensively here, which is smart. You know, able to back out in case the red team... And they are coming in to try to get this, and Indus wisely gets out with not much HP.
Yeah, this is working out right now. Red had gotten a couple frags, but it's really just Remedy and Fox. Blue doesn't really have any positioning, though, so it looks like they're just going to have to try to reset here. We'll have the Uber charge fairly shortly, though, just 20% away. Should allow them to get in a little bit further.
It looks like...
He gets stabbed down again.
Yeah, Deer was caught out there trying to make a play, and the MurderForce are going to push in here, and they're giving up a lot of ground, ET is.
Yeah, a lot of frags, though. There was 38 special got sniped down, and just not the firepower to be able to put up a fight there.
And that's the problem with using your defensive Uber offensively. If you can't get the enemy medic, then you're basically conceding a point, which is exactly what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, if 38 special was still alive, it would have been a little bit easier to defend. But just so many frags and that lack of Uber made things difficult. Looks like MurderForce is sending a lot of players over to C, so they probably will try to establish themselves here using this Uber charge coming in, trying to catch the medic. Red team's going to use theirs as well, though. ×2 on the point on E, but that's nothing really anything serious. Indust is kind of banged up down low. He's going to pick up the health pack, though. They're going to keep the pressure up on C.
Yeah, it looks like they got Kill 'Em All, and they have total point presence here. Ruin will be able to lock him out of spawn, and this is a pretty fast offense here from MurderForce.
Yeah, it seems like they didn't have too much of a problem on B. You know, a couple failed pushes. It was looking a little bit questionable. Then they picked up some nice frags and just able to push in real cleanly. Taking C, basically no problem on C, and continuing to spot things out pretty nicely here.
Yeah, 4-4 doesn't have the Uber yet, so you know, Indus is sporting like an 8% Uber advantage, and it actually could be enough of a difference here. See what they decide to do with it.
Surfboard Lagoon trying to be obnoxious on this D side in this kind of side respawn area, but just kind of being obnoxious, no real results.
Sigafu, oh no, he destroyed his mini sentry. He's kind of applying some pressure to E. It's very important for the flank classes to get some control of that E point, especially the engineer. The mini sentry is going to do a lot of work.
Yeah, Ruin gets kind of separated and taken down. So Blue just kind of losing a couple players here. They're going to have to kind of post up and get reset. They've kept Indust alive, though, so that's good. So the Uber charges will still be even.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting here. D, when you fail once, it's very hard to keep pushing. Like, they keep pushing the same way, and those spawn doors can be very annoying for the blue team. They really should rotate and try to pressure E more, especially with the bridges now extended, and then maybe use that diversion to go around to D.
Yeah, they have a lot of opening. Now they have a mini sentry on the E point. Soldier and Demo Man Ruin there. Ruin getting some good damage out. He wait a second.
He's putting good control there, actually. You know, that looks like ET are going to go through the control room back here and see if they can wrap around. Oh, Maroon gets taken down by Decimate. Huge frag.
Yeah, that Pretty Boy Blaster. Babyface Blaster. Doing good work. Pressure from Blue on different angles right now. They have ×3 on the point for D. And Medic Indus doing a good job rotating around. Does drop the heavy weapons guy. It's a little unfortunate. Pyro's still here, though, getting the bulk of this Uber charge.
Ruin is behind, though. Looks like 4-4 had pretty good positioning there.
Yeah, they needed a few more numbers, though, with them as Indus goes down. ×3 on E, though, is just bringing some pressure there.
Yeah, Demoman's going to rotate
dangerous.
around. 38 Special's going to spam from the other side.
Yeah, Snailboat going down there is a nice frag. 38 Special, though, is really just with his medic and not too many other players.
This is going to be tough. They've been spotted. Stabby gets the stab on 38.
That's a great stab. And there goes the medic as well. 404. That's going to be the point and capture. Great play there by MurderForce 9000.
Yeah.
619.
619 certainly isn't a bad time. As I said, teams have really figured out steal, so you're going to see a lot of fast captures. Like, between 5 and 8 minutes is not uncommon nowadays.
Really?
Yeah. It's people know how to attack now. Defense is much harder for teams, so... Yeah, 619, while it seems good, is definitely doable.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see what Electric Temptation can pull out here. Definitely a good showing by MurderForce 9000 to start things off. Not too many nerves, cleanly pushed, and aggressively they just kind of kept rolling through each point. So they've set a good pace, and now it's going to come down to temptation and see what they can do.
Yeah, you know, you got to question that one pushback on B where they, used their Uber on red. Maybe if they held it, they would have been able to, put a really good time defending the B point. But, hindsight's 2020.
Yes, definitely. So Gate's going to drop here again. No overcommitment at A. No sentry gun. Just heavy weapons, Demo Man, and Medic ready to pull out. Spy is there as well.
Looks like Ruin's spamming over. Decided not to put a trap down. I think he's just going to try to hold off this push as long as possible.
Stabby's lurking around as well. Got a stab and a sap. And maybe we're going to whip out some revolver here as well.
And here you go, the classic A retreat, because as soon as the Demoman gets stickies there, there's nothing you can do.
And Stabby tried to just kind of close range swipe at FaZe. FaZe just turned around as soon as he was ambassador and headshot him. So those classic FaZe reactions.
These top snipers are known for doing those quick scopes on spies that are near them.
Yeah, pretty nasty close range actually. Shrug trying to get in close here and delay things. I like the sentry positioning. It's pretty far forward, but really trying to lock things down at the corner.
Yeah, it requires more engineer attention. It's not as safe, but it also denies a lot more room, and I do prefer this position over the one in the back.
The sentry coming under fire, though, quite a bit here. Last pipe just barely misses it. Might have taken it down. It does get repaired here.
And this is not a good Uber here on the heavy. I'm not quite sure what prompted 404 to use that Uber there, but it's going to get stuffed.
Yeah, Stabby does get taken down, but was actually doing a little bit of Cloak's body blocking, funnily enough. The blue engineer tries to move up here. 38 Special gets sniped down. Does take out Sigafu's sentry gun, though. Sigafu is up, though, so he should be able to get the gun rolling again in no time. Builds it kind of in the back right now, but maybe once it's upgraded, we'll move it forward.
And look at Fathom is in the back near E, and he actually walks away at just the wrong time. Satan and Decimate managed to get through, and I think they're going to kill Fathom here.
Oh no, Fathom's doing pretty well there. Does get Satan. The soldier Rock, aka Ricky, is there as well. That's about it. And sometimes the problem with this steal on offense is that you try to stretch them thin, and you end up just like trying to stretch them the whole time and not actually making any progress.
Right.
So it's good to put pressure on E, but sometimes if you don't have the forces to actually capture B or make progress on B, you're wasting time. Sigafu did try to move that gun up, but does lose it. Stabby, Dead Ring is back behind, is going to get caught out fully. Blue's pushing pretty well here. Only lost a few players.
The 38 Special has really good positioning here, spamming that area. We'll see who bites first.
The blue is starting to get a bit of time on the point, but red's still in a pretty good position to defend. 90% Uber charge.
Yeah, and Ruin's putting out so much damage on the point that they can't really get the cap going.
Oh, he's down to 35 health. He's getting healed back up. It's shot down though, and a body shot from FaZe will take out Ruin. Uber charge finally used. Maybe a little late though.
Yep, and here comes ET. They have full Uber, and they're Ubering in a Pyro here.
Yeah,
I think they wanted to get the medic, but Fathom's there. Quick escape for Indust. Safe escape.
Yeah, Indust definitely already had plenty of range, so it wasn't a problem there.
And here we
With
go.
the
E-push.
Heavy and Pyro, the pressure on E is going to force them to respond. Trying to
They have
come
pretty
out
good
here.
position here. It's, you know, again, without the bridges drawn, you need the scout or the soldier to get in, but they're getting a lot of frags, and look at that, 5 down,
Wow.
including Ruin.
Yeah, it could be tough to fully capture it though. Oh, Spy's here probably. That stabby does get a good stab on Reggie Ledoux. Soldier's on this point. The medic can't really get to him though to get those heals out. 38 special on the side with the medic. Soldier scout on the point right now, putting ×4. It's going to be pretty serious.
Very good hold here. Oh, Sigafu tries to go for a play on 38 special. Can't get the frag. He was Girardi too. And ET has got a really solid hold here.
Wow.
Ruin can't die here. Oh, he goes down, and that's going to be a round for ET, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. Great attack, and instead of going for C, they just kind of rotated around. Took really good position, took that front position. Soldier and Scout on the point. Turned into a really quick capture, and well-played first set to Electric Temptations.
Yeah, like I was saying, people know how to attack Steel now, and you see really, really fast times, and there was no exception. 6:19 was a good time from MurderForce, but I do actually think you're going to need to get under 6 to, you know, be feeling pretty safe about your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't really get a chance to establish their stats all that well. Or sorry, their defense, and get posted up.
It seemed pretty good on B. ET had that one kind of fail push where they Ubered a heavy against a Wrangled Sentry, and that's not going to work any day of the week. So, and then after that, I'm not sure. Maybe some key frags happened. I'd have to go back and watch the STV for that. But
Yeah, I definitely liked their push, or sorry, their defense on B. Sigafu tried to move his sentry gun up. That was a little unfortunate, and it was kind of, he had the nice sentry position. They lost it. He was building it back. They tried to move it forward again, and then it just couldn't quite come together. I do have the stats page up. I don't know if our stream guy Dashner has that prepared. I'm going to send him the link as well, just so that we can check out some stats real quick while we're waiting in the downtime here. Does look like actually 38 special able to out damage Ruin by just about 30 points per minute. So that's pretty good. The second place person on both teams was a Soldier, but Ricky again out damaging his opponents on MurderForce, and then Heavy and Engineer also following, so on both teams. But a lot more damage coming out from the top on on Electric Temptations, while maybe some of the other classes for MurderForce kind of spreading out the damage and contributing a little bit more.
yeah, I'd like to see, you know, again, it was a good pressure on E, and like I said, you know, Medic's most important, but Demo Man second most and very close on Steel, because you need the Demo to stop E captures, or you know, Demo or Soldier. If you don't have those two, if they die, you're never going to stop E.
Mm-hmm.
And there, Ruin got caught out. I think, you know, they were desperate, obviously, with the point being captured, but it's those brutal spawn times on Steel that can really get you. I mean, I have seen like 29-second spawn times on this map.
Wow, ouch. Another interesting statistic, although the team did win the set, Surfboard Lagoon had 0 frags.
That is very interesting. You know, he's kind of an interesting spy. He's been playing for a long time, and he's kind of known as like the face swiper. He likes to just, you know, do those 45-50 damage shots with his knife. And sometimes, you know, he can kind of get into that mode a little bit too much, not really get the picks that he needs. But he's also very good at getting medic picks. So You know, we'll see if he busts out more Invis Watch. I'm not sure what I wasn't watching too much. I'm not sure what watch he was using, but I think his best watch is Invis Watch.
Yeah, I just tried to kind of, once I discovered that statistic, he is on Invis Watch right now. I was wondering if maybe he was just playing like a lot of Cloak and Dagger and possibly just kind of doing that information scouting, but either way, it doesn't really seem like the most successful first set for Surfboard Lagoon. See what he can get going here as MurderForce 9000 now on defense first, and Electric Temptation is going to have to set the time.
Yeah, it looks like Ruin's trap on on the A point was discovered, and as usual, A being given up pretty quickly. You know, I would like to see one of these rounds, just someone get an Uber exchange on A. You know, it'd be kind of neat to see, but teams are smart. They don't commit their medic to A. It'd be very dumb to do so.
Yeah, there's not much point. I mean, it's similar to Gravel Pit where you can capture it fairly easy enough, and you just don't want to risk that Uber charge. Either being it pressured out or you using it and not being able to find their medic.
Right.
Surfboard Lagoon just kind of jumps in once again, but Snailboat does gun him down. FaZe does get a snipe on Snailboat, so that's certainly pretty helpful. While Stabby using dead ringering around.
And here's the Uber coming in. Satan gets picked off. Pretty nice stab from Stabby here.
The sentry gun pulled back by Sigafu as well, using that Rescue Ranger.
A very nice defense from MurderForce 9 here. That Uber was exchanged, and they managed to keep up all the important classes. So good hold. That'll buy them a good 40 seconds here.
Yeah, Blue has earned a little bit of space, but still fairly locked down. Sigafu moves his sentry up a little bit, not back on the corner.
Yeah, you know, 38 Special and Satan kind of went in there. I'm not really sure what their plan was, but they both kind of just died there without getting anything.
That's a fine attempt. Looks like they're about to get Uber charged, so you know a little bit of suicide around the 60% charge rate is no problem usually.
Yeah, and the blue side spawns on Steel are pretty nice. You spawn very quickly on this map. Of course, you know, to negate that, you gotta move around a lot to find the area you need to attack, but the spawn times are very short, so they're really making use of it here.
Red Uber charge out, following Blue's. Blue did get the sentry gun, no problem. Should just be able to counter push back in here as well, so looks like Blue should be able to capture B here.
Yeah, the red Uber was completely stuffed by Satan, and MurderForce very wisely decided to back out there. You know, if you lose your medic or demo there, it can be very huge. So we'll see how much they can hold this connector. It looks like they are going to do some kind of a hold here. I actually enjoy holding this connector. The only thing you have to worry about is sniper, but it's very choky. So.
Yeah, this B through C connector, it also opens up towards E. Very helpful. And Ruin with a big trap gets FaZe and 404 in that connector room there. So that's a great pick. As they fell back, he must have planted that a while ago.
Did someone call that for him, or was that a blind bet? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely seems like a few potentials there.
And an E push coming out here from ET. Satan gonna get blown off of the point to his doom.
Yeah. And so they should be able to take care of this. I don't know. Ruin is out there, kind of low health. He's going to have to go back into the spawn. Other players are around for red. Should be able to stuff that E point push. And nobody for either team over at the C point right now.
Yeah, it was a good E pressure from...
but big stab. Gets in dust. Surfboard Lagoon finally coming through with some frags. And that was a pretty important one.
Yeah, like I was saying, you know, he can sometimes go on a bad streak, but... if there's one thing he's good at is getting meta picks, and he's showing his skill right there.
Yeah. C is going to be given up. Ruin is there, but he doesn't really want to fight this, it seems. He sees that it's just the scout throwing it out there, but the scout Decimate doing a great job of just kind of floating in there, not overcommitting to the fight, and still capturing the point. So a lot of pressure on E, though, nonetheless, as these bridges come out, and Electric Temptation still have a really solid hold here.
It's really weird. They're special. Watching the spawn door, and no one was coming out there. They all came from the other side, and he got completely caught out. But I don't know if MurderForce can push through here.
Ooh, yeah, a lot of people on the point. Soldier jumping around. Oh, God, great rockets. Don't think he's going to do it, though.
Oh, no.
Just a little late there. Wow. 434.
That is a very good time.
Yeah, again, kind of surprising. I mean, once more, B seemed like a pretty good hold, but then after that, a little bit of indecisiveness and kind of a shakeup. We talked about, you know, them being able to pull people away from C, and they basically captured it for free. Just one scout having to go in there and hang out. Then with those bridges coming out, I mean, they already had a lot of pressure on E, kind of holding down that hallway coming from the spawn, and just able to get that time on the capture.
Yeah, I really don't agree with Ruin being at the C point. I get the idea, you know, there's one person, you know, there, and you want to stop him from capping it, but all the rest of ET, all the other 8 players were at the E point, and, you know, you need your demo man there for then. He wasn't able to provide the damage, and, you know, he couldn't prevent them from getting such forward ground that, you know, MurderForce could never get through.
Yeah, yeah. So here we go. MurderForce definitely going to have things progress pretty speedily. Sigafu gets sniped down to start things off, as Ruin tries to jump out here. Surfboard Lagoon probably going to try to get a stab. Sees the medic walking up. And knows that medic will be there on A.
Stabby is behind. Oh no, he's been found out by the heavy. It's gonna dead ringer away. See what he can do here. He's still alive. I think they know. Yep. Yeah, dead ringer sounds a little too obvious, and he gets taken out by FaZe.
Surfboard's gonna have spotted this hole out and knows that they must be going to E right away through that A door that opens up. So here's the red Uber charge, 38 special, and going toe to toe with Snailboat. A lot of players here though for red, so they should be able to put some good damage on Snailboat.
Yeah, this is good. You know, they pressured E, got the red team off of the B point, and let's see if B can get captured now.
Yeah, B might be an easy capture for blue, which certainly will help them move things along. So players coming in though to try to contest it. Was just Sigafu there. Big stab. Takes out Evil. But does look like red is going to be able to hold on to B for now. Definitely some players from blue establishing themselves around that last point though.
Yeah, very nice defense. Good rotations from ET. They're showing a really good understanding of the map right now. They kind of predicted, or maybe, you know, the intel getting calmed out that they were pushing E, and they were right there to meet him with the Uber.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's kind of turning into a little scrappy fight here. It looks like B is finally going to get captured with the E pressure. And again, you know, you can cap these points very quickly. So 240 left. MurderForce shouldn't, you know, get down on themselves. They can definitely do this.
Yeah, they're going to have to continue to get some frags. Might not need to capture C, but C certainly helps out quite substantially. But still 2 minutes left. Plenty of time.
I love ET's positioning here. They're holding in this area that allows them to rotate to E or C. Very smart. And they're paying a little bit more attention to E than C because they realize they don't want that E time going. And, you know, it can get the offensive team kind of antsy. And when you get antsy, you make a lot of mistakes on steal.
Yeah. Indus kind of an odd position with Snailboat around the side. He's actually going to get caught down, and Indus is going to be completely isolated. Has to run towards down. E. He goes down.
Not looking good right now for MurderForce.
Yeah, that was kind of odd decisions. I mean, they were in that you know, A through E connector, hanging out there for a while, trying to put that side pressure on. But then they ended up, the heavy and the medic ended up over by D. They were just kind of by themselves. No one else was around.
Oh, but Stabby gets a huge pick on 404, drops the Uber, and you know, they need to make an E push here. There's not really enough time to get C and E. E takes a very long time to capture. I think it's something like 45 seconds with 3 times on the point, so it's very, very long capture time.
Snailboat and company are trying to rotate in here again. Evil right in the face of everybody. Red has kind of lost a fair amount of players here.
Yeah, they need to be careful not to lose 38 special.
Yeah, Remedy just Crater jumped down, and he had the pain train, so I mean, him staying alive and getting that capture time would have been pretty helpful.
And Ruin goes down to 38 special. Very huge. They have the demo man advantage, and it's going to be very hard for MurderForce to get anyone on the point.
Yeah, without C, I mean, there's only so many classes that can actually reach out there. And Shrugger went down as well. Now some more frags. Remedy dies again. He's another one of those key players that can jump across to the point. Satan put in good harass from the sides. 30 seconds left.
FaZe has been alive this entire time, getting huge damage on MurderForce, and they haven't been able to stop him yet. And he's been a big part of this, along with 38 Special, preventing the E-push from working.
38 Special finally goes down, but just a ton of pressure and continued work by 38 Special. Remedy's on the point, but the heavy weapons guy from behind with some other players going to take him down. The clock is counting, and I don't think anybody can get there.
4-4.
Yeah.
Just has to jump into the pit, a little victory dive.
Yeah, victory celebration there as Electric Temptations end up taking this 2 sets back to back. Well played by them. The MurderForce 9000 with the newly added Ruin. Not able to do it, not able to make it happen tonight. But solid attempts. Just unfortunately, Electric Temptations bringing the teamwork and the attacking just a little bit better.
Yeah, their understanding of Steel definitely won them this match. I think they just get it a little bit better than MurderForce. But, you know, we don't see maps like these in the playoffs, so, you know, we'll see when that time comes around how they'll fare against each other.
Now, some stats from that second half. Looks like 38 Special and Ruin pretty much tied on performance there. 38 Special barely ekes out the damage per minute, but Ruin with 3 more assists. FaZe, however, big performer, 13 kills and 2 deaths compared to Fox, you know, with only 2 kills. That is a pretty large difference. So FaZe being pretty crucial towards the Electric Temptations performance there.
Yeah, FaZe, just an incredible sniper, and he had that, just able to sit in that window on near E, and he just got pick after pick, headshot after headshot, just dealing the damage. Was too much for MurderForce.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll do it for us in our broadcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. I'm going to do some shout-outs real quick, I might perhaps do some streaming later tonight. Just take a quick little break here and then pop back online. Firefly, you guys, UGC, and Dashner is going to help you guys out. Kip's going to help you guys out. Do you guys have an event on Sunday? Do you want to say a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this Sunday will be our final fundraiser event for the UGC donation drive, first one ever. And it's basically going to be a mixer between Platinum players and donators. So you donate a little bit of money, or for those of you that have already donated, you can go ahead and hop on and play some pugs with our top Platinum talent. And that'll be this Sunday at 6 Eastern, and it should last about 2 to 3 hours. Should be a lot of fun, hoping to see some extra donations, but mostly, you know, just something to kind of keep everyone relaxed and calm before the playoffs roll around.
Cool. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing that. We're going to be casting next Monday, of course, more UGC action, as well as getting into the playoffs. We're going to be hoping to hook up some double coverage, so we'll see. But thanks for joining me, Firefly. We'll hope to have you back soon, besides just the Sunday coming up. And I think that's about it. So shout out to our cameraman producer for tonight, Dashner. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I am eXtine, and I will see you next time. Peace out.
Yeah.